Well, folks, I'm fairly sure that I'm not the only one who had all kinds of hopes and dreams and plans for business in 2020 going into 2021, only to be totally T-boned by COVID. Something totally unexpected, something totally unplanned for just came on in, and no matter how much I had a look at my goals and my dreams, no matter how much I planned, no matter how much strategy I had in place, no matter how much I visualized this dream and dreamt about it and tasted it and pictured it and wanted it, COVID came along and just totally sideswiped the business. Quite honestly, within a matter of 45 minutes in March last year, just after the governor made his announcement, I lost $14,000 to $15,000 worth of potential revenue and income as clients began to call and say, hey man, we can't meet you face to face. And unfortunately, I was just not in a position to pivot onto the digital space yet, or into the digital space. Maybe there's been a time where you've packed everybody up in the cars and you've got your nice Speedos, your swimming costume and your suntan lotion, and you've head off for the coast, and it's been overcast and raining for the 3 or 4 days that you've planned to spend there. You've done everything that you could. You've planned, you've visualized, you've strategized, you've saved, you've done everything right. But something has come along and just knocked your goal off front and center, and you're just not able to attain that. Incredibly frustrating, and yet life is like that. And so what is it that successful people just have less bad luck than everybody else, or more good luck? Are they just in the right place at the right time? And there might be some of that in there, but I'm not thinking so. And the metaphor that I'd like to use to describe where I'm going today is that of farmers. And farmers are the most amazing people. I know that city slickers like myself will often make fun of them, but the reality is they are the great feeders, they are the great builders, they are the great pioneers of any society, is having farmers that get on out there and turn land that is not useful for production. They're the ones who get that land to produce. And yet the one thing that they cannot control is the rain. Now, earlier on I spoke about a holiday getting ruined by the rain, but how many crops are ruined by a lack of rain? And the farmers will go on out and they will select their crop, they will plow, they will plant their seed, they'll get rid of all the weeds, they'll put pesticides down, whatever the case might be, all in the hopes that it actually rains. And that's the one thing that they need the most, and yet it's the one thing that they are least in control of. And irrespective of what happens, farmers get up in the morning, they go and take care of their crops, they plow, they sow, they clean, they get rid of the weeds, they get rid of stuff that shouldn't be there, in the hope that rain is going to come on down and those seeds are going to grow and get a harvest that we all get to benefit from. And in the event that it doesn't rain, the farmer gets up and he sows, he plows, he prepares the soil, he does everything that he did the previous season or whatever the period of time is, in the hope that rain will come. And so we understand the metaphor, but how on earth does it apply to sales? Well, here's the thing, folks. The very thing that we are after in a sale is the signature. It's the sale. It's getting across the chicken line. It's getting the client from a no to a yes. And yet it's the one thing that we cannot control. As much as you might think it would be helpful to put a gun against the customer's head, we cannot force the customer to sign. We can do brilliant prospecting, we can do brilliant research, we can do drop-dead presentations with everything that opens and closes and bells and whistles. We can answer all the customer's questions, we can treat them with absolute honor and integrity, and yet the customer can still choose to go with somebody else down the road, or with your competition, or to not make a purchase at all. We quite literally cannot force the customer to sign. And I'd like to suggest that successful salespeople are the ones who continue to do, as often as they possibly can, all those things that they can control. And so whether they've closed a deal or not, whether they're going through a trough or not, whether they're going through a dry spell where no deals are coming in, every day they continue to do what they can control. They continue to do what they are able to do. They continue to research. They're continuously on the lookout for referrals and new prospects. They are making 10, 12, 14 prospecting calls for new business every single day. They are following up with outstanding clients, 10, 15 phone calls every day. They are speaking and building relationships with existing clients with the hope of doing more business, cross-sell, on-sell, upsell, or getting referrals from existing clients a little bit every single day. They do what they can do as much as they possibly can every single day. As a top life insurance salesman in South Africa said to me, tell your story 4 times a day, 6 days a week, you'll be a top salesperson. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can control. You can't control the close. The good news is, however, that the more the farmers plow the land and sow the seed, the better their chances are of being ready when the rain does come. And then there's a harvest and they can go ahead and reap the harvest and make some cash and get their product to market. Exactly the same with sales. Make the calls, make the cold calls, follow up on referrals, follow up on invoices, keep in touch with existing clients so we can get more referrals and hopefully get more business. Do some of that every single day. And every now and again, the sale will come through. But you're not going to get a sale if you've not done any prospecting. I mean, maybe you've tried this, but sitting and watching the phone, hoping for it to ring, it just doesn't happen often enough for a salesperson to be successful. So go out and do as much as you possibly can of those activities that you can control. I know you can do this. So get out there, go for it. And why don't you like and subscribe? Much appreciated. Have a great day.